Okay, so I had the awesome opportunity to get garden fresh vegetables, as in, yep, I missed, wow. As in these were picked yesterday. There. Now that that's off of there, hang on, I need to pause for a coughing break. Oil tea should help with the cough. Anyway, so not only do I have garden fresh veg, peas and green beans to be precise, I also have pre-cooked ground turkey, so this will not take long. We have low sodium soy sauce, because I'm watching my waistline. We're just a little too close. There we go. Alright, so I got 2 new spices. I splurged at Whole Foods. They have turmeric and curry. I don't know what I'm going to put in here. Let's see. I'm going to pause while I remove the little cap thingies. Yeah, I think we could go with some curry powder on that turkey. I'm going to go a little light on... What, is it all caked or why is it not okay? Still getting the technique of dispensing curry. So there's that one. Now the pause to remove that label. Really? Is that what turmeric smells like? I'm not a fan. That's what happens when you can't smell what you're buying. I don't know, I'll put a teeny tiny little sprinkle of turmeric, but I like the the curry better. Speaking of garlic, I'm gonna put in. Now I am hypersensitive to taste, or a super taster, to be scientific. Ooh, even a little bit of garlic I can smell because I have a hypersensitive nose as well, because I'm autistic. I got all of the senses. Now onion powder, I can pretty much chuck a whole bunch in there and I don't really taste it that much. It's not a big deal. Now, I learned the hard way. Sesame seeds, you do not. I realize you like them toasted, but I found that when you put the sesame seeds in with the turkey, it's sort of... it binds with the soy sauce and it gets all gummy and then it leaves a residue in the pan that is a pain in the butt. Massive pain in the butt to clean. So, we're not going to do that. And we're going to preheat the oven, or stove. Really, I know what I'm talking about. Stove is hissing at me because I just washed the pan. Also, this cup is new. I live in Minnesota. It says Land of Coffee and some lakes. I have a t-shirt that matches. It says Land of Coffee. It doesn't say and some lakes. It says Land of Coffee. So yeah. Fur. Yes, I have lovely things on the wall. One of them says coffee keeps me grounded. The other one is just your typical, has like steam, froth, brew, cream, cup, share, vanilla, honey, mocha, whatever, with a cup of coffee on it. And I probably ought to mix. Oh, it's not quite thawed yet. Well, anybody who's watched my stuff knows I've become the master of thawing things in the pan because I don't own a microwave. So you kind of flake off the non-frozen bits until you get to the solid core of frozenness. for lack of a better word. Making sure that my tongs are clean. But you know what? Why am I doing this with a spoon? The tongs are clean and the meat is pre-cooked. Why not use the dang tongs? Because the tongs can pick off the outside bit way easier than the spoon chipping away at it. And once you get to the smaller chunks, you can stick the tongs in like this and then wedge them open. So glad that's pre-cooked, because that hit the floor. So you kind of pick off the thawed bits on the outside as best you can, which stinks if you have any kind of hand problems which make the pinching motion painful, like tendinitis. Is not fun. Oh, gracious. But the more you remove before you put it in the pan, the faster it'll cook. Ow, 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 that's not fun. Alright, I think I've gotten all of the thawed bits. So you can see the thawed stuff I've peeled off, and then you've just got the lump o' turkey. Let us see if the pan is preheated. With meat, whether or not it's pre-cooked, you want to hear the sizzle first. So, you know what, I'm not going to put the stuff that I shaved off in the pan just yet, because that's going to cook really quickly. I'm just going to have the lump of meat, and I'll keep turning it, so that, I gotta switch hands, so that the whole thing gets a chance to warm up. There are times I wish I had a microwave. This is one of them. I could go upstairs to the community room, but then I'd have to deal with people. This is why I do YouTube, so I don't have to deal with people. Well, not to say that I didn't like doing You Now. I did enjoy doing You Now, but it stopped working. I could never log in. I don't know what happened. So I just uninstalled it from my tablet. If you used to follow me on You Now, I apologize. I did enjoy the interaction with people. I know I just said I don't like dealing with people, but that's in person. Online, I will talk to you all the livelong day. By the way, I'm, again, peeling the cooked bits and putting them in this thing. Now, if it wasn't pre-cooked, I couldn't do this. The bits that have to stay in the pan all the time. But because this is already cooked turkey, the parts that have come off of the frozen, oh, there goes another chunk for the cat. Because it's pre-cooked, I can do this. I can just take off the chunks, put them in the bowl, so that we don't get burnt bits of turkey in the pan, which makes it a pain in the butt to clean. I swear, I should start dubbing these cooking videos the Forgetful Cook, because I'm not a chef, but I always forget to pull something out to thaw, and when I do pull something out to thaw, either I come home really late and I don't want to cook, or somebody bought me dinner, or, you know, or whatever. So, maybe I should just call it the unlucky cook. Well, no, because not pulling something out to thaw is forgetful. Okay, I gotta switch hands again. Why does it smell like KFC in here? This is turkey, not chicken. I don't understand. Anyway. Oh, I just touched my hair. Oops. So what I'm going to be making, and that turkey is perilously close to my tea. I have nowhere else to put my tea to avoid getting random bits of turkey stuck in it. Just have to be really careful. So what I'm going to make is I'm gonna make a stir fry of sorts. I really wish I had mushrooms, but the place where I've been getting my mushrooms is a homeless drop-in center, because, you know, I'm disabled, I live on a budget, and whatever they don't use, produce-wise, they will give out to anybody who needs it. But when we went, I guess, like, there was a problem with their freezers and, like, everything went bad. Or fridge or whatever they kept it, I don't know. So they were doing some sort of repair work or maintenance. So I don't have any mushrooms. I swear, I should just buy dried mushrooms when on the rare occasion that I have money, because, like, when I have them, well, for one thing, I get them from, like, redistribution centers. Why do I keep saying, like, oh my goodness. I get them from redistribution centers, you know, like Second Harvest kind of deal. It's not actually Second Harvest, but it's like that. So by the time I get them, they have a short shelf life. And I'm sorry, I do not have the patience to dry them. I just don't. I'm sorry. It's a low and slow kind of deal to dry mushrooms. And I would totally forget about them. Which I guess means Forgetful Chef would be a good hashtag or channel name, or I don't know. I don't want to make another friggin' channel. I really don't. We're almost through thawing the turkey. Anyway, so it's going to be a stir fry. And, okay, now it's small enough that we can do the thing. Okay, so you stick, oh! Didn't even have to spread the tongue, but the idea is you stick the tongues in and you let them open, but it's thawing enough, really all I have to do is kind of stab it with the tongs, and it'll break up into manageable pieces. If I sound a little sniffly, it's because I just rearranged my entire apartment when I got my renter's tax rebate, which is the only taxes you get if you're disabled. But I rearranged my entire apartment so that my teeny tiny apartment now has storage. Enough storage that there's actually empty spaces on the shelves and the cabinets and whatever. So anyway, we've got the turkey in there. Now we put the greens. I love that color. And I got them at a barbecue, and this lady had a garden, and she just had way too much produce for her family to eat. So they brought it to the barbecue, and I just nabbed a bunch of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, fresh veg! Holy crap, I want it! And I took a Ziploc bag full, as much as I felt comfortable, you know, having, because I didn't want to be greedy. Okay, now these do not take long to cook. These are black bean pasta noodles. They are fresh. The ingredient list is black beans and water. So it is uber fresh. So fresh that they don't give you a resealable packet and you have to use a Ziploc, but that's fine. Actually got these at Food Pantry. And I buy them at Whole Foods when I've got money. So to find them at the Food Pantry was awesome. If you're trying to cut down on your carbs, these things are awesome. They don't really taste like black bean, which is one of my problems with them, but that's what I buy. So we need some sort of liquid to cook the noodles, which is where water comes in handy. I really don't like adding water to stir fry, but you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, I know. I know a lot of people will use a spatula when they're browning meat, but if you're making a stir fry, tongs are really the best way to go, in my opinion. Way more dexterous than a spatula, way more precise. Now, I have a lid from a pot that I no longer own, and I'm going to set it there so that it will kind of do a convection thing and cook the noodles. Now these only take like maybe 5 minutes to cook. So, and if you overcook them, the black bean, like, I guess juices, like, leak out into your cooking liquid, which is extremely frustrating because then you lose the taste of the black beans. Actually, while we have liquid in there, we want to flavor those noodles. So we're going to put a little more curry. I'm not going to make a curry paste. I don't know how, honestly. But I do want a bit of curry flavor to get into the... Because the black bean noodles don't really have a taste. I wish they tasted more like black beans, but they don't. Even if you were to, like, bite into a raw black bean pasta noodle, it wouldn't taste like black bean. So, occasionally, oh, I have black beans. I should totally put some black beans into my stir fry. Probably should have done that before I put the noodles in, though. And the liquid from the black beans would have cooked the noodles. Dang it! Why do I think of this stuff after I've already screwed it up? Oh well, I don't really use canning liquid in my cooking anyway. Oh, the noodles are already soft. I have no time to add black beans. It's just gonna have to be what it is now. They're not done yet, but they're soft enough to where they're bending. My ex told me that they take 2 to 3 minutes to cook, not 5. So I'm kind of watching the liquid that's in there, because if it starts turning gray, I got to pull the noodles out. But I can't really watch it because I have to put the lid on. Dang it. I have a timer. I'm just too forgetful to use it. Seriously, I'm going to start calling this the Forgetful Cook. I know other people would put the word chef and make it look all fancy, but I ain't no chef. I have no formal training. No. I do not pretend to be anything more than I am, which is a single white woman with a cat on disability. So, now, I'm not editing this down too much because I want people to see how quick this comes together. Quickly this comes together. Like, if you thawed the meat beforehand, it would go way faster than 18 minutes. So maybe like 15? I don't know. Actually, I'm not going to use a plate, I'm going to use a bowl. Because I am just poncy enough to eat with chopsticks. Not sure I used that word properly, but whatever. I go through chopsticks like you would not believe. Wish I had like a permanent pair of chopsticks, but I have the kind that you have 1 or 2 uses out of them, they're done. Because Walmart is the only place I could find chopsticks. There's a sushi house nearby that occasionally sells chopsticks, but of course, no, they want a green bean. But of course, when I have money, they don't have chopsticks. When they have chopsticks, I don't have money. So, hey, if you're going to eat that green bean, be my guest, dude. There's some turkey over here, though. And it fell before I added the spices. So you might actually eat it. This looks like 1 serving. But I'm hoping that, by the way, this lid doubles as a strainer to get those extra water that I added, gets it out of the mixture. I realize I'm losing a lot of seasoning, but I'm hoping that enough of it stayed in the noodles. Because, let's be honest, black bean noodles can be just a touch bland. But they take seasoning really well. Nah, I'm not going to try to get all the liquid out. It's whatever. It's fine. I mean, I'll try to skim some more, but whatever. I mean, the liquid's just going to sit at the bottom of the bowl, so it's not going to affect too much. Now, if you're using canned green beans, you're going to add them probably about the same time that you add the noodles, because they're already, well, they're not cooked per se, they're canned, but they're processed enough that you don't really need to cook them a whole lot of time. Yay, let's not mix dirty dishes. Trying to keep the yogurt mug separate from the ginormous curry mess. Because you know how it is. You don't want the greasy curry thing to make the thing that wasn't too dirty worse. Okay, so now that we're done, and we don't have a pan to worry about and heat, now we add the sesame seeds. And let me tell you, this right here is, hang on, as pretty as a picture. Now we taste. Gotta mix up the sesame seeds. And I'm not trying to show off using chopsticks. It's just, there are some things that chopsticks work better. And this is one of them. Ah, look at that. Am I getting the lighting just right? I'm not. Wait. Yeah, there we go. Green, and curry colored, and gray. Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Oh, what a mess I made. Well, at first I was going to say there wasn't enough curry, but it's kind of a slow burn with curry. Sorry. I had to clean up. I can't leave a mess. Anyway. Okay. So, yeah. You'll notice I didn't measure anything. I have no idea how anyone's going to replicate my recipe. But I can tell you how much turkey there was. There was 1 ounce of turkey, and this is for one person. There was 1 ounce of turkey, and then seasoning to taste. The important part is to season and soy sauce the meat first, even if it's not thawed all the way yet. The acid in the soy sauce will help. Well, if it's not pre-cooked, it'll help kind of cook it a little bit, or cure it, or I don't know. I don't remember what the terminology is, but I know acid helps things cook better or quicker, I don't know. Anyway, if you liked the recipe, by all means give it a shot. I will leave an approximation of what I used in the description box below.